Winning with respect. We're discussing winning with respect. In today's world, the world is becoming increasingly expressive, and the world is becoming increasingly independent, outspoken, and resistant to authority. You see, this quality can be positive, but they can also produce a culture where disagreement becomes disrespect, confidence becomes arrogance, and freedom becomes disregard for others. We live in a time where people can insult others publicly, disrespect elders online, ridicule leaders, expose private conversation, and dismiss opinions simply because they disagree with it. Are we becoming more liberated or simply becoming less respectful? This brings us to our anchor scripture, Romans chapter 12 verse 10, and it says, "Be kind, affection one to another, with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another." Respect is something that is gradually fading away in our society today. The level and height of arrogance is becoming alarming. People no longer see the need to give the due respect to those whom it is due. Everybody just feel they can say, they can talk, they can do whatever they like, whenever they like, to whomever they so choose. We have seen situations where someone that is, let me say a teenager, insulting someone at 60, someone in the age bracket of 60, a teenager does not feel remorse, does not feel sober, but freely, through insult, pour insult, abuse someone as old as 60 years. For a teenager. Well, let's move on the topic. Respect is the recognition and appropriate treatment of the value, dignity, right, boundaries, position, and humanity of another person. Respect is the recognition and appropriate treatment of the values, dignity, rights, boundaries, position, and humanity of another person. Now, in trying to define respect, I'd like us to also know that respect does not mean agreeing with everything one says, or being afraid of people, or allowing people to take advantage of you, or remaining silent when something is wrong, or treat someone's position as more valuable than their own humanity. Now, we must make this distinction. It is important. So, respect does not mean surrendering your voice. You can disagree respectfully. You can correct respectfully. You can set boundaries respectfully. You can say no respectfully. You can challenge authority respectfully. Respect is not weakness. Respect is self-control expressed in a way you treat people. Respect is not weakness, I say again. Respect is self-control that is expressed in the way that you treat people. But it's so alarming that the culture of respect is no longer fashionable these days. As a matter of fact, when you show respect to an extent, people begin to look at you as if that you are not normal. They'll say, "What? If it's me, I will have given in to him hot." We do not care anymore these days. People just talk anyhow, abuse anyone they so choose. We're going to look at some of the things that are making respect to fade away in our society today. We're going to look at some of the points. We're going to highlight some points that will point us to the reason for which respect is gradually fading in our society. One of these is this culture of I don't care. This culture of I don't care. That I can do whatever I want. My life is my rules. Nobody can tell me what to do. You see, independence is good. But when independence is separated from responsibility, it can produce disrespect. You can be your own person. You can be your own personality. You can have a mind of your own. But when the mind of your own is beginning to trample on the humanity and the dignity of another person, is becoming disrespect. We're gradually losing our culture, all in the name of trying to be ourselves, all in the name of having our own mind. We are losing our culture. The African culture is a culture of respect. So, importation of colonial mentality has come to erode our own culture and making us lose the core value upon which our culture is built, which is respect. And this brings me to point number 2. We're in the age of social media. Social media has turned so many people to demigod. Once they on the ring light and put on the camera of their phone, they have become another person totally, not minding who is behind the camera at the other side. They can talk to president, they can talk to leaders, they can insult anybody, no matter who. Social media has normalized disrespect. People say online what they will never have the courage to say face to face. Forgetting that behind the screen, people at the other side are human beings. The people they are raining insult upon are human beings. The moment they do not agree with what you say, the next is to disrespect you. Another point is confusing confidence with arrogance. It is one thing to be confident, but it is another thing to have taken confidence too far, where it's becoming arrogance. You see, confidence says, I know my value. Arrogance says, I am more valuable than you. Can you spot the difference? Confidence shows who you are. Arrogance makes you rate yourself above others. So we must draw the line between confidence and arrogance, because if we do not draw the line, you won't know when you have crossed that line. Another point is the decline of honor, and this still goes back to the erosion of our culture because of the importation of the colonial mentality. Decline of honor. You see, many people have become uncomfortable with words such as honor, submission, courtesy, humility, and reverence, because they associate them with weakness or outdated tradition. You see, as part of this thing, submission, for example, in marriage, what God instructed is, husband, love your wife. Although this is a topic for another day, but let me just say a little thing about it. The Bible instructs husband to love the wife, and the Bible also says the wife should submit to the husband. But it is the exact opposite of what the word of God has said that people would choose to do. Submission has become a challenge in today's society. Loving your wife the way God instructed is gradually become a difficult thing for most husbands today. I mean, the generation that cannot honor the word of God, how would they honor the marriage vow? So the decline of honor in our society as a result of the importation of colonial mentality, let me use that word, importation of foreign culture, foreign lifestyle, foreign behavior, has led to the decline of honor in our society. Even biblical culture agrees with honor. African culture and tradition agrees with honor. There are certain tribes today that you dare not in any way insult people of means. The decline of honor is something that needs to be looked at in our society today. Let's move on. And another point is familiarity. I'll still come back to social media. The fact that you are seeing someone, you send a friend request, and then the person accepted, or you just follow. I mean, this button that allows people to follow you, even whether you like them or not, is something else that needs to be checked online. You can imagine, you have never met someone, you are just following online, and the moment the person says something that whether you do not understand or you do not like, you switch the disrespect button. See, sometimes the more familiar we become with people, the less careful we treat them. The more familiar we become with people, the less careful, the less honorable, the less careful we treat them. We treat them with so much disrespect. We can respect strangers and disrespect. We can respect strangers and disrespect our own parent. How is that normal? We can respect our bosses and disrespect our own spouse. We can respect people outside and disrespect people at home. Familiarity should increase intimacy, not decrease intimacy. Familiarity should do what? It should increase intimacy and not decrease intimacy. Familiarity. See, sometimes the more familiar we become with people, the less careful we treat them. Because we have become familiar with them, and then we begin to throw caution into the wind. I mean, how can you respect strangers and disrespect your own parents? How can you respect your boss in the office and disrespect your husband or wife? How can you respect people outside and disrespect people at home? I mean, familiarity should increase intimacy. That is what is supposed to be brought up. The challenge is that it is the opposite. Familiarity should increase intimacy, not decrease honor. Familiarity should increase respect. I mean, not bring about disrespect. We need to check and look into this. Now let's move to point number 4. Respect is reciprocal. Respect is reciprocal. So Jesus gave powerful relational principles. If we check Luke chapter 6 verse 20, say, as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. So what you want people to do to you is what you should do. What you want people to say to you is what you should say to them. How you want people to treat you is the way you should treat them. The response you want to get from people is that which you should give to others. If you want to be respected, learn to respect others. If you want people to listen to you, you learn to listen to others. If you want people to value your opinion, learn to value the opinion of others. And if you want people to respect your boundaries, learn to respect their boundaries too. Why? Because respect is reciprocal. Respect is what? Is reciprocal. As a matter of fact, this respect is reciprocal should become a principle. Don't disrespect people only because they can benefit you. Don't respect people Don't respect people only because they can benefit you. Respect people because they have dignity. Respect people because everybody deserves to be respected. Respect people because it is the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. Now, why does respect matters? Why does respect matters? Of course, we know it matters in our society. But for emphasis sake, we're still going to say it. Why does respect matters? Respect builds relationship. A healthy relationship cannot survive where contempt becomes normal, where insult becomes the order of the day, where abuse is seen as a regular thing, where dishonor has overtaken being honor. Respect builds relationship. Everybody loves someone who gives respect. I remember sometimes ago, I've been opportune to hear an elder. They were talking about somebody. The person was not there, but I was listening to the conversation. They weren't talking to me directly, actually, and we were talking about somebody got an opportunity, a growth opportunity, and the other man said, "Oh, I don't know the person." They said, "You don't know that guy, that man that used to greet us. Anytime he passes here, he used to greet." The man said, no, I love that guy. Why won't he get the opportunity? This and then they begin to speak good about the person. Why? Because they say if he walk past them 10 times, he's going to greet them 10 times. He shows humility. He shows honors to elders. He respects his boundary. He does not overstep. And they begin to talk about that person. And they said in one of the words that I remember I heard clearly is that I'm very sure that it is respect that got him that opportunity. So respect does what? Builds relationship. Respect builds relationship. Respect also builds trust. People trust those who consistently treat them with dignity. How do you expect me to trust you? You don't even respect me. So when you treat people with dignity, they will trust you. And you don't know what that trust can do to you. You don't know how well that trust can help you. Because when opportunity will come, it is only the trustworthy that will get it. When opportunity will come, it will only the trustworthy that will be considered first. Respect also creates influence. Respect does what? It creates influence. Now, you see, people are more willing to listen to people they respect. When you are a respected person, people listen to you. And when you are the type that respect others, they take your word serious because they know you are a person of means, you are a person of values, you are a person of principle. You do not break the head, therefore serpent should not bite you. Respect does what? It creates influence. Respect improves communication. It improves communication. You can disagree without destroying the person you disagree with. So when you respect people, it enhances the flow of your communication. Another one is that respect creates cooperation. People tend to cooperate more with those that they respect. They do what? They cooperate more with those that they respect. Also, respect protects dignity. Respect reminds us that people are more important than possession, status, or opinion. Respect reminds us that people are more important than position, possession, and status or opinion. You see, people respect some people because of who they are or what they have. But you don't have to be anything for me to give you the respect that you deserve. As long as you have put yourself in the place of respect, then you deserve to be respected at any time. Now we're here on number 6. When you respect people, when you are a person of respect, what do you gain? What do I gain by being respectful? What do I gain by being respectful? Number 1, you gain influence. Like I've said before, respect gives you voice. Respect gives your voice greater weight because they see you as someone that is very respectful. People tend to value your word more than a disrespectful person. When you speak, they tend to honor it and respond to it quickly. So respect gives your voice greater weight. Another point is that you gain access when you are a person that respect people. When you are very respectful, you gain access. Do you know what access is? Access can give you what money can give you. As a matter of fact, when you have access to people of means, you're already on the verge of success. Access to people of means, access to people of timber and caliber. Respect opens door. You gain access. Your character can open relational and professional doors. And this character we are talking about right now is being respectful. And number 3, like we have said in the other point, you gain trust when you are very respectful. You gain good reputation, like the man I was talking about, that they were actually talking good about him. Good reputation. Reputation goes far ahead of you. If your reputation is good, opportunity will flow in your direction. If your reputation is bad, you are shutting the doors to favor. You gain stronger relationship because people tend to respect you because you are very respectful and they find you trustworthy to relate with you. Respect creates relational stability or relationship stability. Respect creates relationship stability. Another thing you give by being respectful is respect. It makes you become a better person in the eye of everyone who sees you. It makes you become a better person. People respect you, people obey you, people follow your words, and they follow your rules as soon as you speak. So you have a lot to gain by being respectful, and you have nothing to lose by being respectful. You have what? A lot to gain by being respectful, and you have nothing to lose by being respectful. In case you have lost what it takes to become a respectful person, here's how to become a more respectful person. Now you practice the respect principle. You see, respect in itself, that is RESPECT, is called the respect principle. How do you become a more respectful person? Number 1, you recognize people's values. You recognize people's value. Don't measure people's worth only by their status. Everyone has a value, inherent value. Respect people's value. That is for R. This is for E. Exercise self-control. When you want to disrespect someone, first do what? You exercise self-control. Ask yourself, if I say this, will I accept it if someone say it to me? If I do this, will I accept it if someone do it to me? Exercise self-control. And the S is speak with dignity. Speak with dignity. Speak with dignity. Your words reveals your character. Speak with dignity. Weigh your word before you speak them. Is this word dignifying enough? Is this something that I should speak that will make me look like a sensible person? If not, change it. Speak with dignity, then practice active listening. Respect people enough to hear them. Practice active listening. Practice active listening. Empathize. Empathize. You try to understand people before judging. You try to what? Understand people before judging. Put yourself in their shoes. Don't give to others what you will not take. Empathize. Then C in respect is consider boundaries. Consider boundaries. Respect people's boundaries. Respect people's privacy. Respect people's intellect. You see, there's something I learned that in a corporate meeting or a business meeting or serious meeting, when you're trying to find solution to situations or issues, everyone will speak, will teach you a lesson. Everyone will speak will give a direction. So it is now left for you to now decide whether the direction is to be followed or not to be followed. When people speak, two things comes to mind. It either tell you that this is the way to go or this is not the way to go. So you must consider what? People's boundary. That is the C. And then the T in respect. That is the T that end respect is treat people well consistently, not occasionally. Treat people well. Treat people well. Treat people well. Respect should be a lifestyle, not a performance. Not something you do and then you undo and redo and undo. No. It should be a lifestyle. Develop a lifestyle of respect, because whatever you met out will also be meted to you. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It's surely coming back. It's a certain. It's the law of nature. And here, the last point on this discussion. Respect starts with you. You must know that it starts with you, because if you give it out, you get it back. Don't wait for people to become respectful before you become respectful, because when you show respect, you will get it back, and it will continue on and on. You will even wonder, you see that people are much nicer. Why? Because you respect them. I was opportune to counsel some family, and in my discussion with the man in the family, the husband, he said something that really struck. He said, I wouldn't say I'm a good man. He said, I wouldn't say I'm a good man. I wouldn't say I'm a good husband. He said, it is my wife that made me a good man and a good husband. He said, because my wife has never disrespected me before, and I have no reason whatsoever to disrespect her. My wife has never shouted at me before, and therefore there was never a time or any reason for me to shout at her. When there are issues that needed to be argued, once I'm making my point, my wife keeps quiet. Then she called me, dear, this is how I see what you have said. If I still disagree, she will keep quiet and never said anything again. So the man said he became better because the wife made him to be better, because the wife is very respectful. He said he's not a good person. He knows that he is not a good person, but the wife has made him to become a good person by being very humble, submissive, and respectful. And therefore, he himself has treated the wife the same way, with respect. There has never been a time in their marriage, in years, that he has ever had one reason to shout at the woman. There has never been one reason for him to make any derogatory language towards the woman or to say any bad thing about the woman. And that he has never disrespected her. Why? Because the wife understands that when you are respectful, you get respect back. You too can turn your marriage around by becoming the one that is very respectful in that marriage, because what you give her constantly is what you get back. Don't wait for people to become respectful before you become respectful. Don't say, they don't respect me, so I won't respect them. Instead, say, I will not allow someone else's character to determine mine. Your environment may influence you, but your character is your responsibility. Respect is a character. Do not allow your environment to determine how you react. Be in control by choosing to be respectful. And when you choose to be respectful, you already know all the things that you can gain by becoming what? By becoming very, very, very respectful. Thank you very much. I remain Adejumobi Honest, until I see you again. Remain respectful.